what he is capable of.
Good shots from Hale. Again, the short right from Hale, who did start as the favourite for this fight, the southpaw from Chris Sanagar's camp in Bristol. He's had a first-round win over former British champion Sugar Jibiliru in his career, and he won the Western Area welterweight title against Julian Evis as well. Short right this time. Now, does Mickey Van count that as a knockdown? Chase is not protesting, he's taking the count, so he's got a bit of blood around his nose and under his right eye as well. Hale in the turtle trunks, the Bristol man fighting in Bristol against this Colombian REGINO CACERES. CACERES favouring the body attacks on a short right hand, puts CACERES down, and I don't think he's going to get up from that. That looks like curtains. Lights out, good night. And it's a second-round knockout for Ross Hale, and it was a short little right hand, but what power it must have possessed. CACERES was knocked spark out by it.
20 wins out of 21, 13 by knockout. That's the measure of Hale. So we know plenty about his power, Colin McMillan. Tell me a little bit about Mickey Driscoll.
Well, Mickey actually trains at the same gym with me. I've watched him a number of times. Very fit, very strong. And I think he's at the stage in his career where he's starting to believe in himself. He's one fault, I would say, he does tend to get drawn into a fight every now and again. So he'll have to be careful of that tonight. And
the big danger we hear from their camp is that they want to impress upon Driscoll not to get drawn into the fight and don't leave himself open.
Yeah, that is the danger, particularly someone like Ross Hale who can bang. You've got to be so careful and make sure you don't give him the opportunity to win the fight.
It seems like Hale has developed his punching power as he's gone along in the last 5, 6 fights.
Oh, definitely. He seems to be improving with every fight and obviously growing in confidence also.
Fair play to both of these guys. Hale has had 2 eliminators to get to this stage, and Driscoll has fought 3 times. So if they do end up as British champions, they've done it the hard way, haven't they, both of them?
I think they both deserve it. I mean, they're both good, solid pros. You know, we've fought pretty regular and always involving good fights, so hopefully they both can go into bigger things. This
is, just to remind you, for the fight for the right to challenge Andy Holligan for the 10-stone title. Are they in that class yet?
I think they're both moving towards that class, but Andy Holligan just fighting, just fought Chavez, you know, very good fighter, and it's going to be tough for either of them.
Well, they're on their way to the ring, as you can see. Thank you very much to Colin McMillan for now. This is Ross Hale, the Bristol boy, age 26, and now we think about to come into his prime as a fighter. It's a very important night for him. Why don't we get to Cardiff and join our commentary team, Glenn McCrory, and first, as usual, Ian Darr.
So here is Ross Hale, and he's brought 3 coachloads of fans with him down the M4 from Bristol. He's one of the biggest ticket sellers in the country. No wonder the promoters love him. And he's developed as something of a puncher as well. If he can win this one, a British title fight against Andy Holligan, who recently had the dubious privilege of sharing a ring with Julio Cesar Chavez, well, that might await Ross Hale. He'll start favourite here, but only a narrow one against Portsmouth's Mickey Driscoll.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Frank Maloney for Panics Promotions and Main Events in association with the Dragon Boxing, and our sponsors this evening, INSAT International and Continental Microwave, we welcome viewers live on Sky Sports Ringside to the Welsh Institute of Sport at Sophia Gardens in Cardiff. You join us for a eliminating contest for the light welterweight championship of Great Britain of 10 3-minute rounds between, introducing in the blue corner from Portsmouth, the White Tornado, Mickey Driscoll. And in the red corner, wearing the purple trunks, from Bristol, the light welterweight champion of the Western area, Ross Hale. At the weigh-in earlier today, both boxers, they are 10 stone exactly. Your officials for this contest, appointed by the British Boxing Board of Control, The timekeeper, Mr. Gordon Pape. The referee, Mr. Paul Thomas of Derby.
Well, this contest has been one of the most eagerly awaited in British boxing circles. Already, Hale has had to box 2 eliminators and Driscoll 3 just to get to this stage, and now we have a final eliminator. Hale, just 1 defeat in 21 contests. Driscoll, who's lost 3, drawn 3, but won 16. We saw Hale in quite scintillating form, beating the Colombian REGINO CACERES on Sky Sports. He's in the purple trunks here, the man from Bristol. Driscoll in the blue and white from Portsmouth. And he'll be very aware that Hale is developing the reputation as something of a puncher. What do you think, Glenn?
It's a very, very good fight, a very exciting fight. Hale is developing that reputation. It's going to be interesting to see how he does in this sort of class. We've seen him fighting foreigners, and you know, we know the score with Michael Driscoll, so it's going to be very interesting how he handles him.
Driscoll's been on the floor plenty of times in his career. He sometimes does leave himself a little bit open, but this is such an important fight for both of them. Good right hands from Driscoll in this opening round. Hale getting in with a good-looking right cross. He's a southpaw, and Driscoll's only fought 1 of those before. That was British champion Neil Haddock early on in his career. It ended in a draw.
Well, already as early as the first round, they're both landing with good shots. Both look very sharp and in tremendous condition.
Good right uppercut from Driscoll, letting the punches flow. They both look as if they've worked out a lot in the dressing room and have both started fast, as Glenn was telling you.
Yes, Driscoll's using that right hand well. He knows that's a shot for the southpaw, right hand, left hook, and he's going for them shots very well. But a good right hook there from Ross Hale.
He's landed with a couple of those in this round. Driscoll won't want to take too many of that quality. Hale is really setting himself for those right hands. Good body shots from Driscoll. Again, that right hand working for Ross Hale, though. I think you're going to see a fight here where both of these, it's a crossroads fight for them, and they're going to literally bare their souls in pursuit of the victory.
They're already doing this as early as the first round. A very good start from both men. Both look very sharp, very fit, and you can see they're both very determined.
There's the countdown, bottom right of your picture, with the clock coming towards the end of what's been an excellent first round. If it goes on like this, you might be in for a treat. Driscoll doing some good work, combinations from him.
Very good body shot.
You're watching Sky Sports.
You said I was selfish. Me? Huh. You said I never thought of anyone else, wanted everything my own way. He said I didn't know anything about give and take. I mean, you don't think I'm selfish, do you?
Cadbury's Dairy Milk.
So there in the corner is Ross Hale. Chris Sanagar, who was a great value for money fighter, and Dean Powell with him giving the instructions. Second round coming up. It's due to go 10 rounds. Final eliminator for the British Light Welterweight Championship at 10 stone. Hale in the purple, the blue of Driscoll. Good left from him.
Yes, that was a tremendous opening. It was interesting to see in the corner there, Chris Sanagar and Dean Powell going at Ross Hale quite a bit. They had, you know, they had some strong words. I think to them, Ross Hale was maybe making a few mistakes, maybe getting tagged a little bit too much.
Good atmosphere in this intimate little arena. Right cross from Driscoll, who looks very fired up, just as you'd expect for this big fight, his biggest yet. Hale being made to miss. And Driscoll keeping up a furious pace and intensity.
He is a very high pace. As you see, he's really psyched up for this fight, working very well, switching to the body very good as well.
Oh, good right hand from Driscoll again. Thrown with excellent hand speed as well. Sometimes it just looks a wee bit ragged on the way in, Driscoll. I've noticed that in one or two of his previous fights, and does or can be caught like that.
Yes, well, we know he's been stuck on the floor a few times, so that's probably the reason. He just gets a little bit reckless on the way in.
Oh, two good rights again, and a third from Driscoll. And Hale having his work cut out.
He is neither man trying to give an inch. But
There's a cut. He's got a cut, Ross Hale, by the right eye, over the top of it. How bad that is, I don't know, but he's looking rather disorganized, and he's been caught by a lot of punches, and the blood is beginning to flow from that. Maybe we'll get a close-up at the end of the round of Hale's right eye, but Driscoll continues the pressure.
Yes, there seems quite a bit of blood about. Hale's trying to wipe it out of the way, but Driscoll's relentless. He's thrown everything in.
This is a tough, hard round for Hale, and he's looking a bit the worse for wear now. He's taken a few of those right hands. Body shot there was a crippling-looking shot, too, from Driscoll. He's having a great second round here. Can he sustain this feverish pace? There's a worried look on the face of Frank Maloney on the far side, tonight's promoter. And the round ends with trouble for Ross Hale. And straight away to work on that right eye. How bad is that, Glenn, do you think?
I'm not sure. There seemed to be quite a little bit of blood. It's in an awful place. It's just at the corner of the eye. It looks to be a little bit under the lid. A bad place to have them, because the blood can run into the eye and impair the vision. We haven't really had a good look at how bad the damage is, but there was a little bit of blood about. But it's tremendous the way Driscoll has started. He is really fired up and just not giving Hale a chance.
Glenn, let's have a look back and see if we can see the shot that might have caused the damage. That was one landing on the left eye. And there they work in close. It wasn't immediately apparent from that, but Driscoll did so much good work in that round. The white tornado, they call him, and Hale breathing very heavily and knowing he's in a very, very tough fight indeed.
Driscoll will have gotten a lot of confidence from that second round. It was a great start to this fight, and already he's put Hale under a bit of pressure, and the cut makes it worse. Driscoll really letting shots go to the body, but some good shots from Hale.
Hale coming back again. Driscoll can't afford to get too careless with this man, who has shown his punch power again. The blood is flowing from the right eye. It's not flowing into the eye at the moment, it's flowing down the side. And Hale is really going for it. He knows really that the cut may well have curtailed his opportunities. The crowd are on their feet over on the far side.
Hale seemed to get through with a good shot there, and he just seemed to stagger Driscoll just momentarily.
Hale setting himself and letting go with right hands. Driscoll just looking a shade disorganized and starting to get caught by them. A turnaround in round 3. Now it's Driscoll's turn to be in trouble. This is some fight already. Driscoll just needs to be a little cooler, does he not?
He does. He's just getting a little bit carried away. Some good work coming in from, but Hale's starting to land some nice shots himself, and he just seems to have hurt Driscoll a couple of times in that last couple of exchanges.
Hale's getting in with the hooks. The leg swing of Driscoll there. Hale here is looking for a finishing punch. Driscoll holds on. He wants to buy time. Was it really? Only 3 minutes ago, he was on top in such a big way. It's a great comeback from Ross Hale, who's shown tremendous fighting spirit.
He has. Both boys, it's a tremendous fight. As you said, it was a crossroads fight, and this seems to be a crossroads round.
Well, can Driscoll find his way back into it? He seems to be operating on slightly unsteady legs, as far as I can see at the moment.
He does. He got tagged a couple of times early in that round, and he did look a bit unsteady. And just as the referee pushes him away, he looks unsteady again, but still bags of heart.
Hale's getting in again. Good counter punching off the ropes. Caught Driscoll as he came in. Well, this is dramatic so far. Now Hale under some pressure. Has Driscoll weathered the storm? No, he hasn't. He's caught again. He might go here. He's tottering like a tree about to go in a hurricane. And somehow he stays on his feet. For a moment there, his legs were betraying him.
What courage and fighting heart from both men. It looked as if Driscoll was in deep trouble and he came back tremendous.
Tremendous round. Driscoll, the white tornado, rather blew itself out in that third round. He staggered back to the corner. You couldn't say he walked. He's given it everything, and he just left himself a bit open. He needed to be a bit cautious. He was on top, and he paid a penalty.
He did. He was on top, and everything was going his way. And just then, Ross Hale showed bags of heart and come back throwing good shots. We see there in the replay, tremendous shots, and we see the unsteady legs of Driscoll. Again, I think we can see Ross Hale throwing some good shots. There, beautiful right hand, and he just piles the pressure on. Driscoll did very, very well to get through that round.
Well, Ross Hale has won 5 in a row, all inside the distance since his only defeat against the Cypriot Andreas Panayi in Cardiff a year ago when he broke his jaw. And you saw the power there that's earned him that kind of reputation. 4th round, what next? Purple trunks of Ross Hale, the blue of Michael Driscoll. The minute's rest, maybe just what he wanted for those legs that have become rather wooden. Again, the blood begins to flow by the side of Ross Hale's right eye. It's his good fortune that it's not flowing into the eye. Got a good right from him.
Good shots from Hale. He landed with good right hand and then a very good uppercut. But again, Driscoll fights back up them ropes.
Flurry of hooks from Driscoll this time. This is more like a fight on the street corner, isn't it?
Oh, it's a fantastic fight. Such heart, and it looks like Driscoll's in trouble again. A good uppercut from Hale.
Driscoll needs to tighten that defense. His head is sometimes an open target, and you wonder how much that might be a factor here. Or can he wear Hale down again now? Has Hale got a cut by the other eye? He has. Both eyes are cut now. He is a real mess facially. It's a red mask that he's looking through now, Ross Hale.
Yes, he's got big problems. It looks quite a bad cut over the left eye now. So everything's happening in this fight.
But is Driscoll doing this right tactically?
Well, he's very lucky. The hard work that he's done has opened a cut over each eye of Hale, so that stands him in good stead. But he's got to keep that chin out the way.
Well, it's a magnificent contest, this so far. Hale is blinking through that blood around his eyes. Still, as he looks through that, he sees the target of Driscoll. He knows he's hurt him already, and he knows that maybe there's another phase of the fight where he can get right back on top again. For the moment, though, it's Driscoll who's asking the questions.
It's been non-stop working, non-stop big shots. They fought all of this fight at close range. You know, we've seen very few, if any, jabs. But what an exciting fight.
Really is. And you wonder if they can sustain this kind of frenetic pace. Driscoll throwing out leather, but not with too much economy on this occasion. A lot of those landed on the arms and the gloves. Terrific fight here.
You're watching Sky Sports.
A lot of my readers worry how to keep hair looking healthy. Because ordinary shampoos don't condition hair, blow drying and styling can make our hair look this unhealthy. That's why I checked out Pantene Pro V. Its patented pro vitamins penetrate into the hair, so Pantene's treatment system nourishes and protects. What a difference! Now my hair looks so healthy. And it really shines. That's why I recommend Pantene.
Pantene, the daily treatment for healthy-looking hair.
Well, they're working hard on the face of Bristol's Ross Hale, the 26-year-old southpaw, who they've been hoping to project in the general direction of the IBF world champion Charles the Natural Murray. But there are other matters to contend with, like Michael Driscoll here in this final eliminator for the British Light Welterweight Championship. Again, landing with terrific headshots. Referee, by the way, is Paul Thomas of Derby.
Because Michael just came out there, you know, to land some good shots, but it was Ross Hale who caught him first. You're right when you say Michael just hangs that chin out just a little bit too much when he's on the offensive.
And our venue here, part of the Sophia Gardens complex in Wales, where Glamorgan play their cricket. Or some of it, anyway. One of those punches from Driscoll seemed a bit low. Hale with massive support in the crowd, but they might be a bit worried. Their man is cut by both eyes. And Driscoll, the 24-year-old from Portsmouth, is putting up some performance here.
You just got to wonder how long both men can keep fighting like this. He fought at an unbelievable pace.
He just has not stopped throwing leather all night, Driscoll, has he?
No, his fitness is unbelievable. He's just non-stop, punch after punch. At times a little reckless, and at times he's paid the price, but so very, very fit.
Caught by the right hand on the counter, though, there was Driscoll, as he closed in on Hale on the ropes. Took it well.
Hale's trying to get his jab going a little bit now. He's trying to get a little bit of room. I think he's looking to try and pick his punches and reserve his energy just a little bit more. But Driscoll's not trying to give him a chance. He's keeping the pressure on continuously.
It's been difficult, really, for Hale at times to kind of set himself for his bigger punches, because all the time Driscoll's coming at him like a train.
That's right. It's very, very hard. It looks as if Driscoll's tactic is to keep Hale off balance. He's not allowing him to get set for any of his big punches. And at this moment, the tactic seems to be working.
Stiff left jab, though, from Hale. Driscoll walked onto that one. Needs to buy time.
It's also noticeable on Driscoll's face now. He's starting to bang up, and there's a lot of blood around his mouth and nose.
Careful out there. They're both wearing the scars of battle. The corner have done a good job, though, on those eyes of Ross Hale, both cut. And Hale reeling backwards into the ropes.
You're watching Sky Sports.
Mary Owens, breeder of champion border collies, talks about pedigree chum.
Pedigree chum gives my dogs a lovely, meaty, nourishing meal. Everything my dogs need to stay fit and healthy is in that can. I don't think you can feed any dog leftovers and expect it to be at its best. My dogs love their pedigree chum. They can't wait for the plate to hit the floor. And they don't lift their heads till every bit is gone. I honestly believe there isn't a better way to feed your dog.
Pedigree chum, top breeders recommend it.
Corners, 10 seconds.
There's the Driscoll corner. It's the Michael Fawcett camp, their other low-key team down on the south coast, but credit to them, they've produced their man in magnificent condition for this contest. And at the moment, Michael Driscoll is doing Pompey proud out there.
Yes, the team's worked very hard and they've turned them out in great shape. Nice shots from Hale there, just with his left hand.
The suspicion is, though, that it's Hale who packs the heftier whack, isn't it?
Yes, that's the way it's looked so far. Driscoll's got all the work rate, lots of punches, but Hale has the powerful punch.
A lot may depend here on Driscoll's ability to keep up this pace and pressure right through to the final bell.
Yes, I think he's got to try and do that. It's going to be very, very difficult because he started at a tremendous pace. But he's going to have to do that to keep Ross Hale off balance, because Ross Hale, as we've seen now, is starting to get through with some shots.
Driscoll complains to the referee, Paul Thomas, about something as they worked in close. Hale covering up quite well, taking quite a few of these on the arms and gloves. Oh, he's caught by the left hand, Driscoll. Trouble again for him. And a right cross, reeling backwards. Hale here closes in. And Driscoll is in trouble now. Oh, that's another big left. This could be curtains for him. He smiles somehow through the pain, remarkably, in the depths of his crisis. That really was quite extraordinary from Driscoll. And look at this, he's come back.
He took a lot of good shots then. It's only down to, I think, his remarkable fitness that's pulled him through then. He's took them, even managed to smile when he was under pressure.
Well, if that was a bit of psychology, it might well have worked, because Hale must have found that very dispiriting as he was loading up his big cannons to see Driscoll smiling at him.
Unbelievable. And again, Driscoll's took over the fight and he's trying to put the pressure on Hale.
Well, whoever wins this and goes on to fight for the British title will have earned it, but here's more problems for Driscoll. He's too open. You wonder how many more times he can get through periods like that. He's come back magnificently every time so far. He's taken the punches and come through these little crises.
Yes, credit to his fitness, but he can't afford to take shots like that.
Got through with a big right of his own, Driscoll. He looks tired, his mouth's gaping open. Goodness me, don't anybody ever tell you that either of these two lack bottle.
Oh, tremendous heart, tremendous fitness, absolute true fighters. This fight obviously means so much to both men.
That was a big round for Hale, though. Well, there's Driscoll. Mickey Driscoll from Portsmouth. Last year, wins over Errol MacDonald and Tony McKenzie in eliminators. And let's have a look again at those moments. I must say, I thought he was on the verge of going here, Driscoll.
Yes, it looked like he was. He was definitely in big, big trouble. He'll rock Driscoll's head back a few times, but there we see him smile. And again, he fights back. Unbelievable.
Well, this is some performance from both fighters. But Driscoll has given us some really memorable moments. In the other corner, Ross Hale, who at one stage in his career, after 8 wins, went off to Australia after His relationship with his girlfriend broke up, and trained in the same gym as Jeff Harding, world light heavyweight champion.
Driscoll just seems to be getting tagged with these shots a little bit more frequently. Again, Hale's landing big
left
shots.
hook. He's got him this time. He couldn't take that one and stay on his feet, Driscoll. But in what shape does he get it? Oh, he's been stopped. Referee Paul Thomas stops it, and Ross Hale has prevailed here after surviving cut-eye damage to both eyes. He's won an absolute thriller, and I tell you what, those coachloads of fans who travel across the Severn Bridge are going absolutely potty around here, and Ross Hale has earned himself a shot at Andy Holligan's British Light Welterweight Championship. And while he takes the plaudits, take your hat off to one of the most incredibly brave performances I've seen in some time from Mickey Driscoll. Here's how it happened again.
Here we said it was becoming more frequent that Driscoll was getting in trouble, and just then it happened again, and Hale landed with a good right hand. And this time it was too much. A brilliant left hook there puts him over, and he was in no shape. A good decision for the referee to stop it, because you could see that Driscoll had been in more and more trouble. But a tremendous credit to both fighters. What a tremendous fight. Great determination both boys had.
I tell you what, money is being thrown in the ring here. Nobbins, as it's called in the trade. The crowd enjoyed that so much. Mickey Driscoll is still receiving some attention in his corner. That was a very, very big left hook that he took there. And he loses absolutely nothing in defeat. But Chris Sanagar's fighter, Ross Hale, has won here on a stoppage in the 7th round. The former dustman from Bristol, the man who enjoys night clubbing. Well, he can go to the club tonight if he's in any shape to go to the club and really enjoy himself with his friends.
I'm sure he's deserved that. It was an excellent performance, and I think when he can come through a performance like that against such a determined fighter as Michael Driscoll, he can go on to do almost anything. He showed he has tremendous courage, tremendous guts.
Ross Hale has won it.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 32 seconds of round 7, the referee has stopped the contest with Mickey Driscoll being in no position to defend himself. The winner, Ross Hale.
Would you believe that one of the plans for Ross Hale, apart from a British Championship challenge, is to fight for the world title at, no, not Las Vegas, not Atlantic City, but Clevedon Town Football Club.
And ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure you'd like to show your appreciation
developments on that one.
Very, very fine loser.
It was a big night for Bristol, and a brave fight from the man from Portsmouth. Terrific fight here. Ross Hale has won it in round 7. Hope you enjoyed that, boys, back in the studio as much as we did here.
I'll say we did. We've warned you that it could be pretty exciting, but I think it's even surpassed our expectations. So Andy Holligan lies in wait now for Ross Hale. What did you make of it, Colin McMillan?
Ah, tremendous fight. I think you've got to have to both boys. They put on a tremendous show and displayed a lot of courage, but took too many shots, both of them.
And you're very happy with the decision by the referee to stop it?
Oh, definitely. I think it was stopped at the right time. I think Mickey showed that he's got tremendous heart, and if he could have, he would have went on. But a good intervention.
Now, Hale, as something of a stylist like yourself, he seemed to get a bit worried and a bit flustered by Driscoll's walk-on style early in the fight. Is that how you read it?
Yeah, I think from the second round he was going through a few major problems, but he weathered the storm, took his time, and eventually came back on top.
Did you see him having real problems?
I think he was going through a few rocky patches, you know, but there's the mark of a good fighter is to weather the storm and come back, which is what he did.
And the cuts created a lot of difficulties for him.
What
does that do inside the head of the fighter like Hale?
That's a big problem, you know, when you know that, you know, both fighters are cut and it could be stopped at any moment. It's another factor you don't really need. And taking all things into account, a good performance by us.
Mickey Driscoll was incredibly brave, but in fairness, you've seen him working in the gym, and you did warn us that he does have this tendency to leave himself very, very open. Yeah, I think that was, at the end of the day, that was a downfall. He did leave himself open for a split second, and
Ross was able to take advantage of that.
Was that how you read the finish itself? Let's have another look at it here and just see if this confirms your suspicions that he just does.
He's definitely he's fighting all the punches there. But of the two of them, Ross is always tighter. Whenever he's throwing his shots, he's still that much more tighter, and Mickey lifts himself open.
The left hook did a tremendous amount of damage. It's coming now, this one. That one there.
There you go, boom. A tremendous shot.
But Driscoll had taken so much punishment before that, notwithstanding the power of the knockout punch, that we doubted whether Hale was going to be able to deal with him at all and put him away.
Well, that's it, because I think even the man before, he was actually smiling to show you how brave and strong he is. But at the end of the day, it wasn't quite enough.
And hats off to both of those boys for coming into the ring in absolutely outstanding condition, and they've given us a tremendous send-off for the evening's entertainment in Cardiff. It's been good so far, but the best, we're sure, is still to come. Now we're building up to the IBF Super Featherweight World Championship.
Good shots from Hale.